Hi, everyone. Welcome to Goodbye Bullshit, Hello Happiness. I am your host, Atusa, and we are going to see how this works because I have invited some people to. There we go. Hello, Daisy. How
Hi,
are you doing?
how are you? Oh,
Good,
good.
good.
Hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit. So as you can tell, I've changed the format a little bit, and I haven't had the Goodbye Bullshit, Hello Happiness shows for a while. Before, if you remember, I was doing three different shows a month, four different shows a month, and now it was time to recharge, refocus, and see what we want to do, talk to my other co hosts. And so, what I'm planning on doing with these shows is to just, there are several people that you have met on the shows, and if they're available, they'll hop on, share. You can do comments, and if you're joining us live, you can always um, in the comment section or chat put in your questions, comments, and we'll answer them during the shows. But going back to the original purpose of what these shows were, which was to give guidance on how to simplify life, how to live a happier life, and how to just be in life, loving life, and living in the moment. And that's what I'm taking these back to. And the reason that I haven't been around much on social media and these shows, part of it was that to just, first of all, recharge. I've noticed that when I want to be creative and I'm in that creative space, I want less distraction from the outside and I have less energy to put out. And that's why sort of I was recharging and being in my creative mode, which there was a artwork that came out of it. I finished a book that hopefully will be published in August. August 11th is the day for that. I just got it back from the editors, got their comments, so working on that and working on the cover. Also, I'll be part of another multi-author book. That's going to be coming out in September. I'm excited about that. And I've done several different podcast shows. I've been on other people's podcasts, so more in a creative space. And also, it gave me a chance to sort of settle in and focus on what these shows need to be, want to be for everybody that's listening and talk to different people. And we'll try it this way and see how it works. If not, we'll go back. So Daisy, welcome. And I wanted to ask you, since this is a recharge, refocus, how do you recharge yourself and refocus your energy and see what you want to do?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've been trying different things for recharging. Um, and I've been mainly focusing on trying things that are very simple to do that I can do either at home, like just spending the afternoon by myself, and it doesn't require me to invest any money or go out or a lot of planning. Just take a little bit of time to either listen to music or do something nice that is related to self-care, like, I don't know, do my hair and small things like that. I think that sometimes we undervalue how important it is to stop and do something that seems simple, but in the end will help you replenish your energy, but also break that thought process of day-to-day responsibilities that kind of recharges your brain and just your whole being in general.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point that it's really undervalued, those day-to-day recharging, because there's a day-to-day recharging that we can do, and there's a more over the course of a period of a time, like, the way I did it, that I went was like, I think several months now, just to went in my zone and just allowed that creative stuff come out. But that I like that you mentioned that we can even do a day-to-day recharge with simple things. Like you said, you like to do your hair, listen to music, dance. I know a lot of people recharging for them is cooking.
Mhm.
I know, again, that's one of my favorite things too. When I'm in a creative mood, I like to cook, and my place is like I put a little music and just see what's in the fridge and take it out, feel it, and just you know come up with food ideas. And that's always fun. And nature. And then how do you what do you do to sort of, like, if you're going down the path, like, again, these shows that I was doing, or if you have something, if you're going down a path and you're like, okay, something feels off,
Mhm.
and I feel like there's something else that needs to happen here. How do you refocus your energy to do something different?
Wow, that's another very good question. I've been asking the question to myself recently, like whenever things seem to be going, of course, in terms of all being relaxed and me being focused on what I want to do. I I really ended up just taking a moment to think, what do I want to do right now? Like, what is it that I wish to do in this moment that I would do if I didn't have all of this to-do list, if I didn't have these responsibilities? What else would I do?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that has been very helpful because I feel that sometimes we don't even know what is. Oh, I mean, we can find out, but in first instance, like we may get lost into the routine or work, and it just very it's very easy to get kind of, I guess, like I can
Bogged
describe
down.
it. Yeah, like block, but also like have this mind fog or something that doesn't let you even determine what is it that you want to do. And to me, what has been helping is just take a moment and stop. And it could be, again, like something very simple, like I mentioned, but sometimes just leaving the physical place where I'm at. Like I work from home a lot, and I've started to like go on like very short walks in the afternoon every once in a while, and that kind of helps reset that pattern that seemed to be going, of course, every once in a while, and just like going out, but completely disconnecting from whatever is it that I was doing. Just go there and see the birds and the trees and focus on that and let everything else go. And then in the end, when I get back home or go back to whatever is it that I have to do, it just seems like things are more clear just because I give myself the time to take a rest and
Mm-hmm.
allow my mind to not being forced into a responsibility or a day-to-day activity that maybe is not necessarily what I wanted to do, but I felt like I had to because I want to be accountable for the things I take responsibility on. So I think that's like a very good example of something that I've been doing, that I just, whenever I don't know what is it that I want to do, as I said earlier, like I was like, oh, I try to find out what I will do instead, but sometimes the whatever it doesn't come to you, right? I don't know exactly what I will do instead. Then I pick something that has been working that is very simple.
Yeah, so there again, there's day-to-day stuff that you know you get bogged down in your to-do list, and it's hard to see, hey, I'm doing something, it doesn't feel good, and how do I change that? And I like that,
Mhm.
you said you go for nature walks to get yourself back in there and back into the things you like, or it can be other the self-care things that you do to bring yourself back. And there are also times that we've gone down the path already, and it's sort of like with big things, like people that want big career changes, relationship changes, again with the shows, that the shows had been, we were doing different co-hosts, 4 different type of shows a month. And sometimes that wheel is already in motion and it's going,
Mhm.
and it becomes, I know, for a lot of people challenging to sort of
Mhm.
stop that wheel and say, okay, this is not working for me right now.
Mhm.
And I think in those moments, first, if you are in tune with your body's already giving you signals, like
Yeah.
your stress, your fears, your anxiety, aches and pains, stomach gets upset, all those things that your body's
Mhm.
giving you signs. It's like, okay, you're in a wheel that is not really where it's feeling good right now. And to also not be afraid to stop things. I think a lot of times our fear stops us from changing because we're afraid of failure, what other people are going to say, what's going to happen. And again, these shows were successful. I was doing it. It was everywhere. It had a routine and a following. And to all of a sudden come and say, "Damn, I'm not doing it anymore." But it was what it felt good. So
Mhm.
a key point, I think, for everyone, if you can take away, don't let your out of fear or out of obligation do something that is not feeling good. Give yourself that opportunity. And like Daisy said, even if for one day you can take yourself out of the picture
Mhm.
and do things that feel good to you, feel good in your heart, go out and figure that out. And just being in that space of doing something that feels good a lot of times lets you see, hey, no, this path wasn't really good, I don't
Yeah.
like it. Even if you don't have an answer of where to go next or how to do it next, at least it gives you the opportunity to see, hey, I'm not on the right path because it's not feeling good. Now, what's going to be the next step? And just by stating that, you're opening yourself up
Mm.
to seeing what's next. Because then again, universe does its own magic, and you're going to get your guides and messages, and you know on TV, on ads, on side of the road, signs will come in all shapes and forms to tell you what's next. But yeah, don't
I
let your
think
fear
that
get you in that place.
mm. And I sorry, I wanted to mention something because I hear you saying, talking about the signals and your body, telling you that you're tired. And something that has helped me a lot is to it's to learn how to trust myself and not. And something that I've been thinking recently is the difference between, trusting yourself, your intuition, what your body is telling you, what doesn't seem to be working, what doesn't seem to be right. Like sometimes we do get like, it's like, oh, I have this job, but there's something I don't love about it, or this relationship, it doesn't seem to be going quite right, or the way I eat, or this that I do. And I think it's important to listen to that like inner voice, and I've been learning how to make the distinction between that and confidence, because I've been trying to work with confidence, and I know that sometimes it seems like it's the same, but to me, like, you're trusting yourself is like an inner thing that you do, but then
Yeah.
confidence sometimes refers to like the way you present to others, or you interact with others. And I think that even if you don't feel confident and you maybe have labeled yourself as someone like that, that doesn't mean that you cannot trust yourself and listen to that sense of, I need to do something even if you don't want and you don't know what to do. And that's something I wanted to share
Perfect.
because yeah, it's been very present to me. And even if, as I said earlier, I may not know what is it that I will prefer to do or what I want to do to get myself right on track. But you can start with anything that gets your attention or that seems to, like, even if you don't know why, I don't know, you want to watch a movie. I don't know why I want to watch, like, I will never watch a, I don't know, romantic comedy but maybe that day I felt like doing it, and after watching it, it kind of like makes me have a new outlook of a specific situation that I was facing. And I feel like that's something that I will encourage everybody to do. Just, never think that you, like, whatever you're feeling is wrong, or that there is something wrong with you because you feel like you don't fit into that place that you are in life, even if it is something that you really really wanted. It is
Yeah.
okay to want to change, and it is okay to just do something different, like what you just said you did. You, like, stop, you pause the podcast for a little bit and let's, think about it differently. And I think that a lot of people end up stuck in a life that no longer fits their growth and their desires, just because that is what they're meant to be, based off either like society, or because that's what they convinced themselves they wanted to do. They never considered they will grow and need more room to keep on learning.
Yeah,
So,
trust is a big one. Yeah. Because if you're, in order to get over that fear, and in order to get on the right path, and in order to see those messages, all of that, those different steps
mhm,
require a certain trust, not just in yourself, but also the trust in the universe that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out, and you're being guided to do those
mhm,
things. And like you mentioned, that trust in yourself allows you, even there are times that you don't know why you're being pulled in a certain direction, but then when you get there, you see, oh, okay, this is why.
mhm,
I've gotten the most amazing messages on these odd TV shows that, I like, okay, it's just coming to me to relax and watch this show. I'm like, okay, we'll go see.
mhm.
I always say, okay, let's go see what's in it for me. And a lot of times in the silliest shows, I find like there's this message, and I'm like, really, like, this is magical to me.
Yeah.
Or like those times that, I just suddenly feel like, okay, get in the car and drive to a certain place. And from there, the direction changes, and I find myself in this place that I didn't even know existed. And then I see hearts or whatever, or I meet someone that I give them a guidance. All those things is just, you got to trust yourself. Don't worry about the path so much and the how to or the need to. That if you trust yourself and trust the universe, you're going to end up wherever you need to be in each moment and receive whatever you need to in each moment. You're always being guided. Always, always, always. So, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That trust is a big factor in sort of refocusing, I guess,
Mhm.
of what you're going to be doing. Um, that's great. So this is all I had for this show. It was just to come back in here and say hi to everybody and let you guys know that I'm gonna start the shows back up again. And I really don't know what format they're gonna take. Because I've invited some of my co-hosts, some people that I know. I send them the link the day of and say, hey, if you guys want to show up, show up. But if anybody wants to join us live, or even if you want to pop up, you can either talk to me on the comments or chat as the shows are going on. If there's a topic that you want to talk about, just send it to me, email it, text it to me, put it on the social media, And if you want to join me on a show to share your story, definitely email me as well. But yeah, be on the lookout. The shows are back, and the book is coming out. 2 books are coming out, and a lot more exciting stuff. And happy to be back. Work on trusting yourself, trusting the universe, and recharging those batteries to get you be creative. And don't be afraid to change directions. You are not stuck. You always, always, always have choice. Love you all. Bye. Thanks, Daisy.
Bye.
Bye.